Today I designed this little Glowforge material gripper. Stick around to see how we did it, how you can download the files for free, or purchase a set and I'll ship it to you. If you own a Glowforge, you know two things. You know that it's one of the best tools you can have in your shop, and there's not a really handy way to hold small pieces of material down onto the crumb tray so that the air assist doesn't blow them around or they don't get jostled and the laser loses its focus. Some people have developed some really good pins and other little tie-down mechanisms, but they all kind of share a few similar faults. One, they don't hold material of any size. Two, they often break. And three, they don't hold them very tight. You can't really get a slight warp out of a piece of 1/8 inch birch. So here are some of the things that I really want to make sure my new material holder does. First, it will need to work with materials of all sizes. That means all the way down to a piece of paper and all the way up to a 1/2 inch. And it should hold them firmly. It needs to clamp easily and be removed easily. Some of the T-pins don't really come out as easy as they go in, and it needs to be very easy to pull off as well as to clamp down. It can't get in the way of the cut, so it should have a really minimal holding profile. Shouldn't really extend onto the workpiece very much. It really should just stay right at the edge and hold it down tightly. And it should store easily right by my Glowforge. I don't want to be looking for it. I need it to be easy to reach and to apply to the workpiece. So with those few things in mind, let's jump to the computer. Let's start with what we know. And we know that we want this to be magnetic. And so let's get the size of our magnet in there. Let's see. Let's start with something kind of square, a little bit bigger. We want to cut out different material sizes from each one of the faces, from 1/8 up to a 1/2 inch. Now you can start to see the profile. So we can put 1/8 under there, all the way up to a 1/2 inch over there. Let's add some labels really quickly. Also underneath, you'll notice our hole for our magnet. So now we've got that ready to go. Let's go ahead and throw this on the 3D printer and see how it works. Our finished print, and we're going to load the magnet. Now the magnets I'm using are these neodymium magnets. So stinking strong. Keep you. Okay, all right, they're a lot. There's a lot going on here. Okay, that's our magnet. And we will just seat our magnet. Okay. All right, so we've got that seated down in there. We're gonna let the epoxy dry and we'll give it a test. So over to the Glowforge, where we've got a small piece of material we wanna hold down. And this is pretty consistent with the material I have the most trouble with because it's small, it's light, 1/8 inch white birch, and it tends to flutter a bit as the fan kicks on. One thing I noticed when I was getting ready is that this is probably going to be a problem we need to address in our next prototype, but you can see it's not 1/8 of an inch. But here we are with our, let's see, our 1/8 inch side loaded up. Let's go ahead and try to, you can see the magnet works really well, that's great. I can already tell you, it's just not a really positive grip. You know, I can slide in and out. I mean, I get some friction, right? But it's not what I want to do. Let me try something a little bit larger. I'm never going to cut on this. This is just scrap 1/2 inch ply. It looks pretty gross, but let's try to load up our 1/2 inch side there. Now that grabs okay. That's not bad. That's a true 1/2 inch. It was 0.49. But just generally, I feel like I wish I had more gradations. I wish I know what I want to try. Okay, so we had a couple of problems with this one, so we'll just get rid of that. And let's take our magnet, just throw on a cylinder. I'm wondering if I could take and wind something around the cylinder so it's continuously adjustable so that we don't run into that weird size material problems. The concept being that you can put your material any size from a piece of paper all the way down, or all the way up to, excuse me, a 1/2 inch, and you can just rotate it in place and snap lock that in with a little bit of pressure. I think this has a really good shot. Let's get it on the printer and I don't know, let's see how it goes. I love this thing so much. I'm really excited to test it. Okay, back to install our magnet again. This is absolutely not a toy. Let me get these apart. I promise you I'm not faking this for camera. Possible. How do you, seriously, how do you get these apart? Hold on. Keep that far away from the other magnets. Come on, little buddy. Nice. Down. All right, we're gonna leave that to dry.
We'll be right back.
Back at the Glowforge to try our new prototype. So one of the things you'll notice is I put a bunch of these little V grooves on the bottom so that it kind of should ratchet into place, kind of twist and lock. So let's try our same piece of white birch and just twist it. You can actually hear it kind of ratcheting in place. Let's see how it feels. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good. What about a piece of paper? Just it all the way around on that one. Yeah, that's really good friction, actually. And honestly, you could just put it on the corner there too, and that's even better. So you got two options for paper. That's not bad. Let's try something a little thicker. Here is our nasty piece of 1/2-inch ply. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good grab. Oh yeah. That's great. What about leather? That's a good one. Just kind of tighten it in there. Oh yeah. That's great. That's got a good grip. You know what? You could also, the magnet is strong enough to grab right through the leather. I bet it would grab right through this. Oh yeah. Hey, that's great. That's a good option to have. Huh. Okay, hey, this is really working. You can continuously adjust it to the size you want. Let's go make a few more and get some on either side. I could not be more thrilled with how these turned out. They are super fun to use. They store so handily right on the Glowforge. They hold anything that the Glowforge can engrave on, and they hold it really firmly. So honestly, these are just perfect for what I wanted. If you want to make your own, I'll post all the files you'll need to download right on the website, indietoylab.com/gripper. And if you want to buy a set, I'm going to sell them. So I'll sell the completed versions with this really high power neodymium magnet in it. I'll sell them in sets of 2 or 4. Honestly, I think you only need 2, but if you want 4, buy all 4. That's great. So again, download the files for free or buy a set at indietoylab.com/gripper. Thanks so much.